Greetings, everyone. My original plan for tonight's video was to start the first video in the next adventure series. However, a few things have happened of late that I wanted to discuss, and I figured this would be a good time when I was in between video adventure series, to record an at-home vlog and give you just a little bit of updated information about what's going on. First of all, I just want to show you my buddy here. It's Carly. She's on my mouse pad as usual. So, okay. So let me I'm going to try to get right to the point here, because I don't want to have to record two videos like I did the last time I was doing an at-home vlog. I'm just looking at my notes down here to make sure I don't mess up. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is, check this out. Here is my page. As you can see, I have reached over 10,000 views. Now, it actually happened a few days ago that I reached that point. But just the 10,000 views is, it's a cool benchmark. It's a cool point to reach. But the real reason I was excited about reaching 10,000 views is because when you reach 10,000 views, your channel gets evaluated for monetization. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the concept, monetization is when YouTube approves your channel to feature advertisements for their AdSense program, and then YouTube creators who have signed up for it and have been approved for it will then theoretically be able to start receiving money for advertisements on their YouTube videos. Now, don't be mistaken. I'm not going to be getting rich from this. At least not anytime soon. Probably, I don't know if I ever will get anything substantial from it, but I'm hoping to. I reached 10,000 views a few days ago, and I had already pre-signed up to be reviewed at 10,000 views. So it took a few days for them. They said they would email me when the decision was reached, and I just got the email today saying that I was approved for monetization. I have not seen any money come in yet, and I don't know if it's true, but I heard that I'm not supposed to discuss about the amount of money that I get from AdSense. But in any case, I haven't gotten any yet, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. If and when I do start getting it, I don't think it's going to be much yet, because I have so few views going on my channel, on my videos on a regular basis. A very, very, very small trickle of money will be coming to me from that. I hope that will change, and theoretically down the road, hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe it will increase a bit. But just the fact that I've reached this point at all is something that I'm very glad about, because I love doing YouTube videos, and I love making them. I love the whole process, going on the adventures, filming it, uploading them, and interacting with my viewers and all that. But if that was the only thing I was getting out of it, I don't think I would be doing it every day like I do. But the fact that, because the real inspiration is you see the really big channels, or the medium-sized channels as well, becoming more and more successful at YouTube with subscribers, views, and obviously they're obviously going to be making some money from it too. And so my inspiration was, if channels like that can be getting a decent amount of cash flow just by making YouTube videos, hopefully maybe someday I would be able to reach that point too. So it's been a lot of work these past almost 3 months with my channel, trying to get it started, but at least my hard work has started to pay off, where I've, I mean, just not too long ago, I don't know exactly what point it was, but it was not more than a couple weeks ago or so, I just reached 1,000 subs, that was a good point to reach. And now reaching 10,000 views and now being approved for monetization. So fingers crossed, you know, hopefully as time goes on and my channel gets a little bigger, eventually I'll be able to start getting not just, you know, a teeny trickle of money in, but hopefully maybe possibly enough that will actually start making a difference and, you know, start actually, for example, paying for my gas money when I go exploring, and maybe even give me a little extra, you know, pocket money. And I mean, you know, maybe down the road, if I were to able to get, you know, so much money from it, I might even be able to start being able to afford to actually travel further occasionally to go on to explorations. But, you know, again, I just don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to keep trying, and we'll see what happens. But I did want to tell you that I had been approved for AdSense. So hopefully things will keep going for me, well for me. And by the way, I hope if you have a channel and you're aiming for similar goals, I hope that things work out for you too as well. I'm not an expert yet. I can't give you, you know, too much advice, but, you know, if you do have any general questions, feel free to ask. I can try to help you out. Okay, so that was the first thing I wanted to discuss. Oh, the second thing, speaking of money, that I wanted to address was I just a couple days ago started Patreon page for myself, for my channel. I will show you this. Hold on. Okay, see if it will zoom in. You can see. See, as you can see on my YouTube page, got a little link there at the top. There it says my Patreon, and I've also started putting links at the bottom of all of my videos. Not my old videos, but from, like, I think yesterday's video was when I first started it on. I will be having that be in there. The link will be in the description to my Patreon page as well. And as if that wasn't enough, it also shows up on, if you go on the computer version or the laptop version, if you click on About, at least I think this is still available on the new YouTube version. I use the old. But anyway, if you get to this page, it's under links, it says my Patreon. Okay, so now I'm not asking you to, I don't know, well, first of all, let me back up. I don't know how many of you even know what Patreon is. It's a, I don't even know what to call it. Well, it's a website, of course, but it's like a service that's provided to, it's not just to YouTube channels, but also, if I just glanced at it earlier, I think it also helps out people on Twitch, whatever that is. I don't even know what Twitch is. I have to look into that. Instagram, and what was the other one? There was another, I forget what it was now. Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and I'm drawing a blank. But I'm pretty sure there was a fourth one. Anyway, it helps people out who have, you know, channels that they're trying to, or pages that they're trying to promote on those things, I guess. And what it does is it enables fans, for lack of a better word, or on YouTube that will probably be viewers, but of particular, well, on YouTube would be of particular channels, to, if they choose to, contribute a small amount or whatever amount of money they want to the channel to, you know, help the channel out with, you know, what they're trying to do, etc. And in return, sometimes the Patreon pages of these channels or whatever will give a little something in return. For example, let me show you. We have, this might have been how I heard about Patreon originally. This is the Carpetbagger, one of my my favorite channels on YouTube. He has a Patreon page. It's patreon.com/carpetbagger, and what he does is he has his tiers. If you give him $1 more a month, he gets into a pool for actually, I think he sends postcards out to everyone, but then like at the different levels of $1 more, depending, or $3 or more. It's like different levels of. I don't really want to read the whole thing to you. It's going to take too long. But the point is, it gets more and more special the more money you give, and then down to the $10 tier says you get a specialty or antique postcard, etc. Emails them to you, which is a pretty cool idea. And I thought I might try that, but then I got thinking, you know, if my channel got really big, I'd have to be doing an awful lot of postcard writing, and I was like, is there any other options I can do to try to give people, you know, besides, so they feel like they're doing a little bit more than just, you know, just donating, maybe getting something for themselves for it. And, you know, I noticed, here's Dan Bell. Dan Bell also has a YouTube channel. I haven't watched a ton of his videos, but I do like his channel, and I noticed he has a YouTube page. I'm not a YouTube page. Well, he does have a YouTube page, but he has a Patreon page, and what he does, rather than, you know, mail things to people, is it looks like if you become a Patreon, you will be able to see his posts. I'm not sure if he's doing videos or just, like, you know, things, but at least it's a little something. And they're called rewards on here anyway. So on my channel, my Patreon page that I made, I haven't had a chance to work on it too much, but I decided to have it be videos. Now you're seeing what it looks like to me. It's not going to probably look exactly like this to you when you go. But, and again, it might. But anyway, I've uploaded 2 videos so far on here. First one was a brief one with Iggy. I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of dark. And then a longer one that I did last night, how I make video titles and descriptions. It's like an inside thing. Anyway, I put, well, I don't have multiple tiers right now, but just the one is if you donate at least $1 a month to my Patreon page, you get access to bonus videos not available to non-patrons. I will try to upload an average of 1 bonus video per week, possibly sometimes more. You'll see behind-the-scenes stuff, bonus footage, and anything else that strikes my fancy. Right now, as you can see, I have 0 patrons and $0 per month, but my hope is that eventually, maybe someday, well, look at the Carpetbagger. He's doing pretty well. He has 227 patrons and $840 a month he's getting. And that's just from Patreon alone. I don't know how much he's getting from AdSense and from merchandise. So, you know, it would be my dream to get as big as the Carpetbagger. I don't know if I'll ever get to that point, but even I would be happy to get even a small fraction of that. Now, listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not asking you to donate to my Patreon. I just wanted to give you the information that it's there. I wanted to share it, and if you choose to, I'd be more than happy to have you on. And if not, that's fine. You won't be able to see the bonus videos that I put on there if you don't, but that's fine. I'll still be doing all my videos on YouTube. But I just wanted to share that with you and let you know. So if there's anyone who does want to, they're welcome to. And you can, of course, cancel at any time. I know the thing you sign up for to be $1 a month, but the way I understand it is that you can cancel it at any time. You know, tied into donating, you know, let's say you sign up for $1 a month. You're not tied into donating $1 a month for, you know, the rest of your life. I mean, as I understand it, I didn't go into the details, and don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure you can cancel it pretty much any time. Anyway, so that's Patreon. Now that's not bringing me any money yet either, nor is AdSense, but eventually, hopefully, maybe a little. What was the next thing? What time are we on here? 14 minutes. I'm going on and on as usual. Okay. Okay, now the third thing I want to mention is, so since shortly after I started my channel, and I listened to a couple of videos. Well, actually, there was one video in particular that gave me the idea to do it. But I started shortly after I started my channel promoting my videos after I'd upload them on other sites. I started first doing Reddit, and then I branched out into doing it also on Google+, and then also on Facebook. And it was really important to me to do that to get the extra views, whatever percentage of my views I was getting from there. Because I really wanted to get to the 10,000 view benchmark as quickly as possible so that I could become monetized. Well, I'm not sure what percentage of my views has been coming from there. In the early days, for example, on Reddit, before I got banned from some of the bigger subreddits on there, I'm not sure why in all cases, but in some cases, I think maybe they were, I don't know, maybe upset that I would only do it once a day. I don't know. Maybe they thought it wasn't appropriate. I tried to only post on appropriate ones, but my experience with Reddit is that the larger subreddits tend to be kind of snooty, and they have like tons of rules, and if you even come close to, doing anything that they think is, not up to their snooty standards, they'll ban you from posting anymore on there. So, but anyway, in the early days, that hadn't happened to me yet, and there was a couple of my earlier videos that I had gotten. I could tell just by how the view count suddenly went up in correlation with it, and that I had gotten like a couple hundred views on a video or two just from that, and then I wasn't able to use the larger ones there anymore, and I started using just the smaller subreddits, and like I said, I branched out to Google Plus and Facebook, and I don't know. I'm not sure what percentage at this point from external sites, but I mean, I did go to analytics on my YouTube channel. I don't have this page open right now, so I don't know if I can really find it for you right now. But anyway, it didn't look like there was an extremely large percentage of my traffic coming from external sites. It was actually a conflicting one page on YouTube Analytics indicated that it was like extremely small fraction of my traffic or views was coming from the external sites. Another one, it made it look like it might have been as much as like 25%. I'm not sure which is more accurate, but in any case, I again was promoting it on there, but it was kind of time consuming, especially when I was going full-fledged. I would do like all my subreddits that I had signed up for on Reddit, and then I do, well, Google Plus didn't take that long because they're smaller. There wasn't that many. But then on Facebook, I signed up for a bunch of Facebook groups. A lot of which would had to do with kind of the videos that I do, like some abandoned ones or urbexing ones, or a few like nature hiking like things. But most of them, the groups that were just like ones that were specifically on Facebook for promoting one's YouTube videos, and I got approved, to join like a ton of them, and I was just like sharing my video on every single one of them, and it would take forever at night, to just every single one. Got to put a link on this one, and then this one, and this one, and this one, and just, it would just take. So I kind of got tired of it taking so long. So then I kind of just like almost stopped doing it on Facebook, especially the YouTube ones. But it still takes a while, and I decided that now that my channel has reached 10,000 views, it's just no longer as important for me to get the views from external sources, because it seems to me that the views from the external sources like that, it's limited. As my channel gets bigger, I don't think by posting my links on the other sites, it's not going to, let's say for example, I don't know how many I'm getting from there on average, but let's say for example, high estimate, I'm getting 25 views on average per day from the external sites. 25 views means a lot when you're small, when you're really small, and you're trying to get, like for example, when I was trying to get up to 10,000. But if I get to the point where my channel gets big enough that I'm actually able to make some money, enough money that it's actually helping me out in my life, as opposed to just being negligible. 25 views a day isn't going to make a difference anymore. And because it takes so long, it's no longer to promote it. It's just no longer. It just doesn't seem as worth it to me anymore. So I'm no longer going to be, at least religiously and on a regular basis, promoting my videos on other sites. Just checking the time. I may still do it sometimes, occasionally, sometimes, but as a general rule, I am no longer going to be promoting on there as a general rule. I'm going to be relying pretty much just on YouTube itself now. And, you know, theoretically, as my subscriber count increases, my view count will increase. Now, I am definitely an active rather than a passive subscriber seeker. A lot of channels will just sit and hope that they get subscribers. I'll go out there and look for subscribers. I tend to, well, what I basically will do is I will go to other people's channels. Usually, you know, they tend to be smaller channels, because really big channels don't have time to respond or pay attention to you. But you know, and I'll check out the videos, either in full or in part, and you know, I'll leave a comment, and you know, I found that a certain percentage of the people that you do that will return the favor and maybe even subscribe back. You know, so that's how that's the biggest source of my subscribers. So my thinking is that, you know, my channel will continue to get more subscribers, and theoretically, even though, okay, no, I looked at analytics. No, wait, was it analytics that I saw this on? No, actually, I discovered Social Blade. I don't know if you're familiar with Social Blade. I had heard of it, didn't know what it was until a friend of mine, who also has a YouTube channel by the name of Saxton. There he is right there. Told me about it. I think it was it this morning? I think it was this morning. Might have been yesterday, but I think it was early this morning. Anyway, so I checked it out. He actually had a link ready from my page, and I checked it out. And I don't really want to zoom in on all that now, but the point is, it gives you analytics on someone. You can find that's about anyone's channel, not including your own. But on my particular channel, I believe it said I'm averaging currently 175 additional views a day on like all my videos combined. So I'm thinking, and I'm also averaging 20 new subscribers a day, which I knew that already, because that's my goal each day is to reach 20 subscribers a day, new subscribers. So my thinking is that, you know, there's going to be some sort of a correlation between number of subscribers and daily views. So theoretically, if I'm getting an average of 175 views on my videos a day at 1,294 subscribers, theoretically, once I have, you know, double the number of subscribers I have now, I'll have double the number of views, theoretically. So instead of promoting on other sites, I'm going to increase my goal, my personal goal of new subscribers. I'm going to attempt to achieve not just 20 anymore, but 30 new subscribers a day. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do it. It may be too time consuming, and I may have to cut that back down to 25, or even decide that I want to go back to 20 again. But as of right now, I'm thinking, if I can get 30 new subscribers a day, it'll be that much sooner before I'll get to, you know, higher points. I mean, at just 20 subscribers a day, it would take me a whole year to get 7,000 subscribers. But at 30 subscribers a day, it would take me a whole year to get 10,000 subscribers. And then after 2 years, 20. After 3. Now, I mean, I don't want to say theoretically. Hopefully, maybe at some point, I'll figure out how to get my videos to rank higher in the search results. I've heard that sometimes YouTube will actually decide to, you know, promote your video a little bit more by showing it to people in their suggested videos or whatever. I don't know if that'll ever happen in my channel, but if I get help like that, you know, then it might help more. But if I have to do it all myself and I'm never getting any help from YouTube, I mean, even if I can't figure out, I'm not getting help from YouTube, and I'm never able to figure out how to get my videos just on my own to rank higher in the search results. Even just based on subscriber increase alone, theoretically, you know, after a year, 10,000 subscribers, after 5 years, 50,000 subscribers, after 10 years, 100,000 subscribers. So, you know, the long way, the short way or the long way, theoretically, fingers crossed, you know, maybe, just maybe, within a few years, I may actually be able to get a decent sized channel going with maybe a little bit of respectable amount of money coming into me for it, which will then motivate me to, you know, do more with the videos. So anyway, I just wanted to give you some insight into what was going on. I think that's everything on my list. Yep. Okay, so sorry about the long video again, but you know, when I get rambling with these vlogs, I really do ramble. But yeah, so that's about it, I guess, that I wanted to talk to you about. Again, if you have a channel that you're trying to, you know, get to become larger, you know, I wish you the best. I hope that you can, you know, succeed. I don't consider myself to having really succeeded yet, because I haven't started making any money on it yet. But at least you know, I've come a long way in 3 months, you know, and I'm happy about that. So I hope that you can, if you have a channel, succeed as well. Again, you know, if you need any advice, questions, feel free to, I can try to, you know, help you out in that regard. Yeah, so, you know, I know this has been all about me, but, you know, I wish the same success that I've had on others, and I hope that you can do even better than me. So yeah, so tomorrow we'll resume with, I'll start uploading from the next series. You'll like the next series, I think. It's one of my favorites. I'll just give you a teeny little preview. I last week went to a large area up in Cumberland, RI, with a bunch of abandoned things. There's abandoned building, abandoned vehicles, abandoned walls, and like what may have been buildings at one point. Just a ton of stuff. A homeless camp, trails in the woods. Just tons of it's like, I think it's a 10 video series. It's like one of I think my longest one yet. Anyway, so that starts tomorrow. I'll be uploading the first video on that tomorrow. And so yeah, so back to normal tomorrow for that. And that's about it, I guess. So one more last shot of Carly. There she is. Sleeping. So I hope you enjoyed this. And as usual, you know, you can subscribe there. Have a good night. That rocked.